Fear and hate is killing us. Like me, I know many of you are tired of every day hearing about people using guns to settle differences they have with other people, and instead of working to solve this problem, we have a Congress and President who sees nothing at all wrong with the senseless killing that gun shootings are producing, and to add fuel to the fire, many states now are making it easier to buy and carry firearms everywhere. We are virtually becoming a kill or be killed country. Moreover, we have become so immune to deaths by guns until even children being murdered doesn't move us. If 100,000 people lost their lives to gun violence in one day in the United States, sure, we would be shocked and speak about it and talk about how we should do something about it, but the next day we go back to not giving a damn. The problem we face is that we know guns kill, but we are afraid that if we don't have one, we too might be the next victim murdered with a gun, and we just don't know how to resolve that dilemma. We are scared shitless. A whole lot of things got us to where we are today, and they had little to do with guns. The British, slavery, Indians, Mexicans, black people, brown people, German, Japanese, Korean, white people, Chinese, Russian, and Arabs. Our entire history has been one of being afraid about one thing or another until we don't know how to feel any other way, other than afraid. What's the number one reason the police cites why they fire their firearm? Fear. Why do we spend more money on our military than any other country in the world? Fear. Why do we incarcerate more of our citizens than any other country in the world? Fear. Why are we today a divided nation? Fear. What will be our downfall? Fear. Fear is killing us, not guns. Guns are just our response to fear, and it's just not warranted. Because of our unique history, we are more fearful than any other country in the world, and what's the solution? Therapy. Go right ahead and laugh, but somehow, we need to learn to get over being so afraid. We are so fearful until we are scared of merely living. We are afraid if somebody looks at us or if they don't, and even kindness is questioned. Employers always think their employees are plotting against them, and employees still believe their employers are plotting against them. Black people fear whites, and white people fear blacks, and women fear men. Fear is hampering our ability to move forward, and we can't move forward until we conquer our fears. We may easily kill off each other well before climate change ever comes a probability to destroy us. I can tell everybody how to live their life, that right is reserved for them to decide, but what I can articulate is what goes in is what comes out, and it doesn't matter the mechanism used to fill your mind with hate, worry, and all kinds of negative concerns. What we failed to recognize is that those things eventually will come out in the form of suspicion, jealousy, prejudice, hate, and even violence. Conflict resolution is a course that should be taught in every school, and at every grade level and on every job. People need to have ingrained in them how to recognize when there is a potential for a serious problem and quick to resolve it. How we address issues both personally and out in public and at work needs a second look. Moreover, many times in our efforts to do what's right, we can frequently create a problem far more severe than what we had expected. The desired goal of successfully resolving any conflict is when both sides can go away feeling satisfied with the final results. Although this is not always possible, it nevertheless should remain our goal. All human beings see themselves as having worth, and they guard their worth through a combination of emotions and actions. The ideal state of human beings is when their worth is not perceived to be under assault. I know of only one way to reduce the likelihood of offending others, and it's called respect. Respect governs our behavior, it prevents us from doing what we would otherwise do, and this too should be taught in our schools and at our places of employment. We have become intolerant and disrespectful, and we're always in a constant state of agitation. We literally have become people that the grandparents of the baby boomer generation would not recognize. Instead of building bridges that offer hope and encouragement, we are electing to build walls that close off any attempts to be helpful. I knew what life was like in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. People were poor, but they were likewise filled with hope. People had desired for a better future and to have a more tolerant relationship with each other. Instead of continuing to create a better future, Today we trample on the dreams and hopes of those who came before us, who struggled so hard so their children's children would someday have what they then could only dream of, a chance to live in a united America. Never have any nation squandered so much. God can't reach us in the state of mind that we are in. He is waiting for us to realize that what we fear is only imaginary that hides inside of us, but outside, there only exist people like ourselves, needing and wanting acceptance, wanting others to see they too have worth. Once we let go of fear, what's left? A whole other kind of feeling. Ask your kids someday to describe to you how they feel about you. Then you will understand what replaces fear when it's gone. Stopping gun violence ends once we learn to stop being afraid. Author, Joseph Sullins.